Okay, guys, what's up? I'm back with another homeschooling video. I know that I supposed to been doing this weekly, but I kind of got caught up in other things because I had to get my son um in the same program as my daughter. But let's start this video off. I'm gonna start off first by telling you guys where my kids go to school now. Both of them are in the same program at K12.com. It's a public school, tuition free. Basically, you have to have internet connection. You have to have a laptop, a printer, and just the small things. They send you out to think different things like books and different things like that. And to just give you a little backstory, the reason why I chose to, I- if you want to say homeschool my kids, the reason why I chose to homeschool my kids because of the way that all of this bad stuff is going on around our kids, and it seemed like it's just getting worse over the years. I can remember back to when I was in school and my brother was in school. We didn't have to deal with different things like that. uh, you could go outside and play. you know there's always been bullies and different things like that, but it seems like over the years everything got kicked up a notch, and I'm just not with it. I don't feel like I should have to worry about my kids when they're at school. My son, he's now in the eighth grade, and my daughter is in kindergarten. And I'm telling you, K-12 is, I can say, it's the best thing that's happened to me toward toward my kids in a long time. When my son was in kindergarten, from kindergarten to I would say fifth grade, sixth grade, the school that my son went to, it took me a while to figure out that they weren't teaching him the things that I thought that they should be teaching him. He never learned the in cursive writing, how to write your signature and different things like that. It was so much that they took out of schools. I just thought it was amazing in the way that kids are, the way kids are taught now. I'm just not with it. So I basically wanted to go let's say the traditional route, but at home. And a lot of people say, well, I have things to do during the day. And the only thing that I can tell you is that the way things are going today, it's best you make time for your kids. I work from home. I also have other hobbies. I have a life also. But my kids didn't ask to be here. I brought my kids into this world, and so I see it like I should protect them at all costs. And protecting them at all costs means when they go out to school, I have to know that they're going to be fine. And the schools around here just wasn't giving me that option. And even if I thought about something different, I started seeing things on the TV, and you know, I just couldn't deal. And so I decided to do K-12. Now, to get all of that out of the way, the reason why I chose K-12 is because they're freaking awesome. I talked to so many people. The registration process was super duper easy. I got my daughter in on the first wave. I believe it was back in July. I knew that I wanted to go this route with her, even though that she was in kindergarten, and I didn't know how it was going to pan out. They made everything so easy. You you need the same things to register here that you would register, through an actual school, like your shot record, your social security card, your birth certificate, um, just different things of that sort. And anything that you have to fill out, you actually fill it out online. And I mean, like your utility bill and so forth. And if you don't have anything like utilities or something in your name, basically you get a note notarized with your name, your kids' names, or your child name with the person's name that's on the utility bill. You get it notarized. They're in school. My daughter got through on the first wave. My son got through, I would say, a month later, only because I did them at separate times because my son was going to virtual school, but it was where we stay at. And believe it or not, school had started and they still had, my son had, didn't have any of his classes, put it like that. And I didn't understand how it's a virtual school and his classes are still not in order. And it took about, I would say, if I'm not pushing it, maybe 3.5 weeks later for him to actually get his classes. They hadn't put anything on his calendar, so they was basically just telling him to do the work and they'll just start setting up things afterward, and that was just not the thing that I wanted to do with him. They didn't have any structure. So that's why I chose to go the route with K-12 with my son. He's in 8th grade. Now, when you're dealing with K-12, you deal with class connects. Most class connects are in the morning time. The class connects can be from anywhere from 8 in the morning, 8 a.m. until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Some class connects are only 30 minutes, some may be an hour, some may be an hour and a half, but it's for your students to sit there and, get to talk to the teacher. And it's basically like their little class time. They do this through a program called Blackboard. And so they have different ways that they can chat back with the teacher. They can talk. They can use their webcam. So it's pretty interactive. If they have any problem about home, if they have any questions or problems with their homework from the day before, they can talk to their student. I mean, they can talk to their teacher. Sorry about that. And they can get their work done anytime that day. Now it's let's see, how can I put this? Class connects. Most class connects are required. That's when your student gets to talk to their teacher, gets to interact. Their homework, just like any other school, you have so much work that's due in one day. You may have one assignment from each class that's due that day, or you may have two assignments that's due that day. Now, you don't have to do them within that time frame when the school is open, but just say if the school closes up at 4:30 or 5:30, if your child has not done their work by then and they need help, they will have to wait till the next day. And any work that's not complete, it will roll over to the next date, and then that'll end up being a late assignment. Now, the class schedules and different things there, I would say they're pretty flexible because you can look for your whole week. You automatically know what's going on. The teacher just can't pop something up for tomorrow that wasn't there, the week prior, so the child can get ready. I think the schedules are great actually with the class connects because just say if there's a doctor's appointment or something like that, you can just work around those class connects. And I found those schedules to be great because I can actually plan my day and their day around it. I would say so far everything is going great. My daughter is excelling. I mean, she's doing awesome. They have you going through Cayenne Academy, that's with math. And so I know most people say, well, my child may have a problem with something in specific. They do testing periodically to know where your child is so they can group your child together with other kids in a group. So when they come to those class connects, they can be in the group of kids that may not know the same thing that they know. And so everybody can, kind of give that helping hand and that push. So that's great. But so far, everything is going great with K-12. We have a set schedule on when we wake up in the morning, and yeah, everything is just fine. So I would see it like if you ever want to give um, homeschooling a try, they have public tuition free, and they have private that is tuition based. But I would see it like if you want to give this a try, I would say go to k12.com and sign up or call them. You can even chat with them. They're there 24/7. Just talk to them because I would like to know that my child is actually learning, and there's ways for you to keep up with your child even if you were at work, other than your child being at some school and you don't know what's going on. So I would say if you know someone that kid is be having problems or something like that in school, or they see that something is going on wrong, try to k12.com if you can trust them at home, or they can sit around somebody that you know and trust, and give K12 a try.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.